People ask me, how did you come to India from, going to Florida all the time? What made you take a choice to come to India? In fact, I would have never thought to come here, ever. I had never even heard about this place, Goa, Arambol. There was no way for me to find out. And the only things that it made me aware of this place was I was meeting these people randomly in South Beach, Miami, say, hey, Joseph, do you know about this place called Goa? I've been there once and I think this is the place for you. You should go to this place. I think your life will change immensely if you go to Goa. So what? Where is Goa anyway? So, and I was trying to look in the internet and all these things. So I found a little information. But still I wasn't convinced that I had to come here. But then, strangely, it was happened to me at least once a week that I would meet someone tell me about Goa. And I said, is this just a coincidence, or maybe, God is trying to tell me something, to go to this place? And I couldn't ignore it any longer. I said, no, I have to do something about this place now. So, and the more I thought about, the more I got convinced that I had to take this trip for myself. But I was a little bit afraid because, I heard stories about India, like how people get really, really sick here, and it's very dirty, and there is a lot of poverty, and so it kind of scared me a little bit, I shouldn't have been, but, I was a bit concerned. But then I said, if this is something God wants me to do in life, it's part of my destiny, then I cannot stop it. I have to do it. And so, and I was going to buy the ticket, okay, and then I thought, oh wait, maybe I won't do it. Maybe I would just go to Italy instead, I was having like a second thought about it, And I told my daughter about it. I said, you know what? I was gonna go to India, but maybe I wanna go to Italy instead, and I see my family there and just have some good time. I like the food there. I have wine. I have a lot of nice things over there. So I don't really wanna go to India. And my daughter, she said, Dad, are you sure this is a good decision? Because you told me that God want you to go there, and you just change your mind right now, So, and I was listening to my daughter, say, well, yeah, you're right, So it made me think more. And then I just couldn't go to Italy anymore after I told her. It's like I was so convicted inside. So I went ahead and bought the ticket for India, and and I flew to Mumbai, and when I arrived in Mumbai, I took a train, to come to Goa. So I didn't know where in Goa. I thought every place is all the same, and I didn't know about this place here in Arambol at that time. So I went with the train, I went to Kalangut, imagine. If you know Kalangut, it's a very touristy place. It's not the place you want to be, actually. And anyway, I stayed there. I got a house. I rented an apartment there. And then from Kalangut, I just took like one day trip. I went to Anjuna, because I heard that maybe I have to check this place in Anjuna. So I went dancing in Anjuna. There was a club there, so I just went there and I was dancing. So, and while I was dancing there, I was all alone. I was by myself. I didn't know anyone. But this woman from England, she came and she grabbed me. She just took my hand and she said, I'm sorry to be up front like this with you, but I feel like I need to talk with you. Somehow I just felt like there is something special. I just need to ask you some questions. And I told her I couldn't hear her. You know, it's like I could hardly hear her. It was so loud, the music, you know, it was a club. So, and she gave me the phone number, said, well, please, this is my phone number, please call me because it's very important that we talk together. And I didn't know where she lived, I just had this number. And I didn't have even a phone at that time, I didn't have any telephone. So I never even called her, it passed a week, I still had the number, but I just never called her. And I was in Kalangut, you know, I had the place there. And now I'm crossing the street, and I see the same girl. So, oh, and she saw me, and she came right to me and said, Joseph, I was thinking of you, you know, we never spoke. And I said, yeah, I never called you. And she said, what are you doing tonight? I said, nothing special. I said, come with us, we have a celebration in a restaurant. So, and she brought me in this restaurant, and she was graduating from a course of psychology, and she had all these professors, psychologists, and they were the people who taught her to get this accredited course on psychology. So I was sitting among all these people who apparently, you know, were well educated and everything, and everyone was talking in the table. And then me, I was sitting with her, she was here, and there was a friend of her just next to me. And you know, me, I'm just very impulsive, and sometimes I say things without even thinking what I'm saying. I'm just saying because it's coming in my mind, I just say it. And I said to this girl, you know what? You have the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen. It's like your eyes are incredible. And I don't know why I said that. And now everyone stopped talking because they hear me because I say out loud. And all these professors and psychiatrists, they're all silent. They were shocked that I can actually say that. But even more so is her reaction of this woman. She said to me, what is that you see when you look into my eyes? And now all the eyes are focused on her for saying that. And now, you know, they're going back and forth. First her, now on me, because, you know, they expect that I'm going to say something, you know, and she'd ask me that. And I don't really know what I'm going to tell her. I mean, what can I tell her? That doesn't make me look like a fool in front of these people. You know, what could I say? And anyway, I look at her and I see something, and I start saying, okay, you know what? When I look into your eyes, I see the universe. That's what I said. And I mean, that was a good one actually. But I said, just give me a second, you know. I want to describe something more. So I couldn't say just like this because this was like a thought that it needed to be written, you know. So I took the pen from my bag, I took a book, I look in her eyes and I'm writing, you know. It's like a painting, you know. I'm just writing, I'm seeing things. So I finished this quote and I give it to her. You know. So, and everybody, of course, couldn't see what I had written, but they were curious. And she reads it, and then she get up from the table. She come around, and I get up, you know, I'm a gentleman, I get up as well. And she put her hands around me. You must understand, I don't know this woman, I just met her, and she said to me like, she said, Joseph, you make me feel like a flower open up, you know, so, and it's very, very beautiful. You wrote those things for me. And then, you know, and that's it, you know, she goes sit down and everybody's very curious about what's going on here, right? And I tell her, you know what, what I just wrote you, it's just the beginning. I have to tell you more. There's so much more. It's like I'm getting this message for you. I wanted to share with you, but I don't know what it is. So, but tonight I will write it, and then I give you in the morning. Okay? She said, okay, sure. So now we are going to our place. I'm in my room and say, okay, I need to finish this thing because she expects it from me. So I cannot just see her and have nothing for her, you know. It will be embarrassing for me. And I cannot. And I'm saying, why? I have a block, I cannot write, you know. I must write, I need to be inspired, but I can't. And I didn't sleep. The whole night I didn't sleep because I was trying something and it didn't come out, and I was so frustrated with myself. So why can't I write? You know, what can I do? And I just closed my eyes maybe 1 hour all through the night just to get a little sleep because I had to sleep. Now it's morning, the sun is up, and I still had nothing, you know. But I have this strong thought. Go to Arambo, take a bus, go to Arambo, and you will write the message for her. I don't know, maybe it's just like a feeling, or it's something, it's very clear in my mind, I have to do this. So I go and take a bus to Arambo. I came here once in Arambo. It was deserted because it was like in October, and there was nothing. So, but why do I have to go there? Because there was nobody here when I came in October. It wasn't like it is now, you know, like there's people and there's things to do. There was nothing for me here. But I had to come here. And when I put my foot inside the bus and I sit down, I take the pen and I could write the whole thing for her. So I still have this in one of my books. I wrote this letter and I put in the book because it was very beautiful for me. So, and I just couldn't believe it. The bus was going like this, you know, and I didn't stop. It's like, it was just like a full inspiration that it was just flowing like a river. So, and by the time I reached Arambo, it was done. I did it. I come off the bus, and the first person I see was this guy with the hair like this. It was, I mean, his hair was just like, is this real hair or is just a wig? I don't know. I asked him, is this your hair? He said, yeah, it's my hair. And he was a comedian here in Arambo, very popular, this guy. And he was a host of a show. And he's telling me, Joseph, I understand you write things, you write poetry. Would you like to share some in my club tonight? Come, I will introduce you. And I say, sure, I can do that, why not? But actually I have never done being on stage before. It was my first time. I was super nervous. But because these things were happening to me, I had to go with the flow, you see. I didn't want to stop something from happening because I was too embarrassed or too shy. So I had to overcome my shyness to be able to be part of something bigger and greater. And so I had to stop thinking about myself in a way. So I was there, and the club was packed. It was full, like more than 100 people everywhere. There was people everywhere. Oh my God, I said, what am I going to say? I don't even know what I was going to say. You know? It's not like I had planned to speak or anything. So he introduced me, hey, Joseph is a poet, he writes, and he's a storyteller. So he said all these things. So I went in the microphone, and it was hard to begin, but then I got okay. After 1 minute I was more relaxed, and I was talking for maybe 10 minutes. I can't even remember what I was telling about it. But when I finished, I asked one person, I say, was I okay when I was talking? Did you like what I was speaking about? And her words was, I don't even remember. She said, I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying. So all I could see was this light. This your smile, your happiness. I wasn't even listening to your words. I don't even know what we were talking about. I was just looking at you. That was what she told me. I said, okay, well then I did quite well if you didn't remember my words. Because I don't have to worry about if I was saying something important or not. So anyway, this was the beginning of Iron Ball. And I fell in love with the place. I said, wow, I have to be here. You know, these people are amazing. It's like, if everyone is like this, then I found my paradise. So I went home, I closed the place. I lost some money because I had paid for the place. I didn't care. You know, I just want to be here. But before I came here, I went to see the girl because I had the letter. So I told her, and she was amazed that I told her how it happened. You know, that I could not write it until I took the bus and came here. And she said, "Wow, this is incredible."